Hey there. So we're looking at some simple tips on chord inversions today. Let's use, for the moment, and we can do this with any chords you want, but let's look for starters at C. And the first thing we want to do is make sure we know what three notes are in any chord. So the triad, or the main root chord of C, has C, E, and G. And they go in that order. The tonic, the root, the main note, is on the bottom, E is in the middle, and that dominant sound, that fifth, G, is on the top. Now, here's the deal with chord inversions. You can actually flip-flop which order you would like for those to go in. So, if I take the tonic and I put it on top, that's actually going to be called the first inversion. We are inverting it. We're changing the order. So instead of the C, the root, the tonic being on the bottom, I'm going to put it on the top. But I'm still going to use the same other two. So if the C is on the top, that puts the E on the bottom and the G in the middle. So here's my first inversion. Here's my tonic, or my root, I should say, my root triad, and my first inversion. Now, if I take that middle note and he goes on top instead of in the middle, the E will be on top, the C will now be in the middle, and the G, or the dominant, is going to be what's on the bottom. So the second inversion is where the tonic, your main root note, is in the center with the dominant on the bottom. Your middle one is right up here at the top. So, start over. We've got our root. Our first inversion takes the tonic to the top. That's my first inversion. The second inversion will take that center note to the top and put the tonic in the middle. Now, if you're like hearing this and you're like, I feel like I've heard that before, you have. You've heard it. Maybe you're thinking of The Office, maybe you're thinking of something else, but you've heard that a lot. Oh. All right, so let's do that same thing with the left hand, but you know what, just for fun, let's use a different chord, okay? So let's use G or A minor. I'm going to go with, you know what, I did a major the first time, so let's do a minor just for fun. Okay, so I'm going to do A minor. In A minor, my tonic is the A. Right here in the middle, I have the C natural. And on top, my dominant is the E. I'm going to use those same three notes for all of the chords in my inversions. I'm just going to flip-flop the order. So I'm going to take my first inversion, takes the tonic to the top. So I just transition everything up. My second inversion puts the tonic in the center, dominant on the bottom, and so that C is going to be here on top. That's my second inversion. And then from there, I'm in A minor. Okay. I was like suddenly in C in my brain again. If I take and have my tonic on the bottom again and my dominant on the top, you'll see that it just turns back into the triad that it originally was, just higher. Root, triad, first inversion, second inversion, and back to the root triad. Now I'm going to show you a quick picture of a good way to be thinking about this. Sorry, I seem to have lost the page I was trying to. Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm going to share the screen now with a picture that is helpful, to me at least, with the fingering that we like to use. Now, by using consistent fingering, what you're doing is you're able to kind of train your brain how far apart to go from each other. Okay, so root position. My right hand is 1, 3, 5. My left hand is 5, 3, 1. First inversion, my right hand goes 1, 2, 5. Now the reason for that is because we keep our, like if you keep the spacing between your fingers consistent, instead of going like 1, 3 and then doing a big stretch with your pinky, it's going to be a lot more consistent for you to just have the bigger stretch be where your thumb is. Okay, so my first inversion, my right hand, 1, 2, 5. Left hand, 5, 3, 1. First inversion. Second inversion, my right hand will go 1, 3, 5. Because once again, that big stretch has to do with where the thumb is. In my left hand, that second inversion is 5, 2, 1. And then you'll notice that we come back to the root position just higher. Now, here's the trick that I like. If I am in the tonic, and it really has to do with the left hand. If I'm in the root, my tonic is on the bottom. That part's pretty basic. My first inversion, the tonic is played with my first finger. Here's my tonic. In second inversion, the tonic is played with my second finger. Now this only works for the left hand, and then I go back to the root. So root, first inversion, second inversion, back to the root. Hope that helps. Good luck.